Year 7, welcome to your last history lesson this year. Mr. Baines here again, and I will help you through this lesson once again. So welcome back. Today we are looking at how each civilizations impacted the world today. Today we'll compare the Romans to Mesopotamia. So you can use your Roman stuff that you've done throughout this term, last term, and term 2, I believe. Today's driving question is, did the Romans make more of an impact on Britain than the Mesopotamians did? So we're comparing really everything we've done over the year. Because we've looked at Mesopotamia, we looked at Romans, we looked at Normans, then we compared Mesopotamian to Normans, now we're comparing Mesopotamia to Romans, and we compared Romans to Normans. So pretty much we have got everything covered this year. So your knowledge quiz, all of the revision questions are based on stuff throughout the year. So they're questions that we've had to come up before, and they're knowledge organizer questions as well. So you will recognise the questions. They have questions that have come up before. So pause the video now and go and do the knowledge organizer quiz. Brilliant. Now, looking at Mesopotamia, the two big inventions we use today are writing and laws. So the Mesopotamians invented a system of writing called cuneiform. It was made up of lots of different wedge-shaped marks with the Mesopotamians pressed into the clay tablets with a stylus, which is like a reed pen. To begin with, writing was used to keep records of things like harvest, food in storage, name of rulers, and merchants and officials were able to keep track of these goods that they had traded and to check that the correct exchanges had been traded, so no one was getting ripped off. And that's why writing was invented. Then the first full set of written laws were drawn up by the Babylonian king Hammurabi, and we've done a whole lesson on that recently and compared it to the laws of either Normans or Romans. Anyway, it was known as Hammurabi's Code and featured 282 laws. It included laws such as if a man takes out an eye of another man, his own shall be taken out. And if he breaks another man's bone, his bones shall be broken, which is where we got the expression an eye for an eye. Laws are important because they are rules which people can follow. These laws were passed down to other civilizations who adapted them to suit their own needs and developments in their own culture. So if it wasn't for the Mesopotamians, we wouldn't have writing and we wouldn't have laws. So they are two massive things that have impacted Britain to this very day. Now for the task you are going to do. This task, I want you to use what you have learned all year to create a mind map or a list on task 1 of everything you remember about Mesopotamia. So you think about the different civilizations. So what were the 3 main civilizations? What were the 2 massive things they invented? And think about where Mesopotamia is. So you can look back at old Google classrooms and have a look at things that you have learnt. So pause the video and go and do that now. Superb. Now, just like last term, we are going to look at all the inventions that the Romans created that we still use today. I mean, just look at this amazing list. We've got art, which is still used, cement and bricks, like you wouldn't be in the house you're in now if it wasn't for the Romans. They brought over apples, pears and grapes. They invented roads. They invented towns. They brought in laws. They invented the fireman. They had language. They created the first ever sewage system, and they created the first coins. Oh, and they also brought out cats. If you don't like cats, then just blame the Romans for that. They created the first public heated baths. I mean, just look at this. I do think the worst thing on there's got to be the stinging nettles, though. Like, why would they bring them over to this country? But as you can see, there are a lot of things that we have today that were created by the Romans. So now for task 2, there are 2 tasks, and you have done both of these tasks before, so you should be really good at this task. The first task, which is this one here, you're to pick 6 of these. So there are more than 6 in this list. You just have to pick the 6 most important. Okay, for me, it would be laws, it'll be coins, it'll be central heating, it'll be stone buildings, it'll be roads, and it'll be the sewage system. But you might disagree. You might think it's religion, aqueducts, coins, like it's totally up to you. Once you've then done that, you're then going to task 2 of this, and you are just putting them in order. So I'd have laws at the top, and I'd have roads at the bottom. So it's up to you in what order you put them in. And remember, it's the most important at the top and the least important at the bottom. So pause the video and go and do task 2 now. Happy days. Now here is your 16 mark exam question. Everything you have done this year helps you with this question, so you can look back at anything you've done. All of the lessons are on the Google Classroom. They're all there, so you can just help yourself, really. There will be help and sentence starters to help you. So as you can see here, there'll be a more detailed version of this on the help sheet, and it should tell you what you should include in each paragraph. And this will really help you write your essay. So 5 paragraphs should be about 2 pages. So it should be 5 paragraphs. 3 of them I would recommend being about the Romans. So pick 3 items from this list or this list and write a paragraph on each. If it was me, I'd do a paragraph on coins, a paragraph on the sewage system, and then a paragraph on roads. But that's me. You can do whatever you like from that list. Then your 2 paragraphs should be about Mesopotamia. Not much choice there. 1 paragraph on writing, 1 paragraph on laws. And you're talking about how they've impacted society today. Once you've done that, then you go to the final revision exit ticket. This is based on everything you've done this year. So I'm really proud of the work you have done. Have a lovely summer, stay safe, and that is it from Mr. Baines. Thank you very much. Well done, guys.